Recent days of our live story development strongly suggest that Sydney DiMera's panic attacks are not just a passing emotional issue, but a carefully constructed storyline meant to bring Sami and EJ's daughter back into the spotlight and possibly back to Salem itself. In a show known for using emotional and psychological struggles as catalysts for major returns, Sydney's anxiety appears to be a narrative signal that something unresolved from her past is resurfacing. Rather than portraying these panic attacks as random, the show seems to be framing them as a response to buried trauma, identity confusion, and the emotional fallout of growing up in one of Salem's most volatile families. Sydney has spent much of her life away from Salem, removed from the constant drama that defined her childhood. However, distance does not erase emotional scars, especially for someone raised amid intense parental conflict, shifting guardianships, and major life disruptions. As the daughter of Sami Brady and EJ DiMera, Sydney's upbringing was anything but stable, and it's likely that those experiences are now catching up with her. Panic attacks often emerge when long-suppressed emotions finally demand attention, and Sydney's struggles could be her mind's way of signaling that she needs answers, closure, and a stronger sense of identity. A major clue pointing toward Sydney's return is Rafe Hernandez's recent conversation with Kat, in which he reflects on raising Sydney when she was his stepdaughter. This moment is far more significant than casual dialogue. By re-establishing Rafe's emotional connection to Sydney, the show reminds viewers that he played a stabilizing role in her life during a turbulent time. Revisiting this bond suggests that Rafe could once again become a source of support and grounding for Sydney if she returns to Salem. It also reinforces the idea that Sydney still has deep roots in the town, even if she's been physically absent for years. Sydney's panic attacks also serve an important logistical purpose within the larger narrative by creating a believable reason for EJ DiMera to leave Salem temporarily. EJ stepping away to focus on his daughter allows the show to shift power dynamics in his absence. With EJ out of town, the door is wide open for Gwen von Leuschner to run amok, pushing boundaries and causing chaos without fear of immediate consequences. Gwen thrives in moments of disorder, and EJ's absence gives her the freedom to manipulate situations and people more aggressively. At the same time, EJ being gone clears the path for Dimitri von Leuschner to re-enter the picture. Dimitri's return adds another layer of unpredictability, especially with Gwen emboldened and unchecked. This combination creates a volatile environment in Salem, one that wouldn't be possible if EJ were present to maintain control. In this way, Sydney's emotional crisis doesn't just impact her own storyline, it becomes the catalyst for broader upheaval across multiple character arcs. If Sydney does return to Salem, her panic attacks could evolve into a powerful emotional storyline centered on healing, confrontation, and rediscovery. She may be forced to face painful memories, reconnect with estranged family members, and confront the complicated legacy of being a DiMera and a Brady. Rafe's renewed presence in her narrative could offer stability, while Sami and EJ's involvement could reopen old wounds and unresolved conflicts. Ultimately, this storyline appears to be about more than anxiety or mental health struggles. It's about the long-term effects of a chaotic upbringing, the pull of unfinished business, and the inevitability of returning to one's roots. Sydney DiMera's panic attacks seem to be the first step in a much larger story, one that reshapes family dynamics, removes key players temporarily, and sets Salem up for fresh conflict and emotional depth in the weeks ahead.